June 12th, 2026. Canada kicks off its World Cup campaign, and the country's former prime minister is nowhere near the match. Justin Trudeau is in Los Angeles at the United States opener, right after his girlfriend Katy Perry performed at the opening ceremony. One decision, instant backlash, and a post on X that told the world exactly where this relationship stands. But there is a lot more to this story than one missed game. The national squad was making its highly anticipated appearance at Toronto's BMO Field, facing off against Bosnia-Herzegovina in front of a passionate home crowd. But as the opening whistle blew in Canada, a completely different story was unfolding thousands of miles away in Southern California. The former prime minister's presence in the stands of SoFi Stadium immediately stood out as he sat surrounded by spectators preparing for the kickoff of the United States match. For observers trying to make sense of the itinerary, the math simply did not add up. The game in Toronto and the event in Los Angeles were scheduled back-to-back on the exact same afternoon. Traveling between the two cities requires a 5-hour flight across multiple time zones, making a doubleheader physically impossible even with a private charter. This logistical reality meant a deliberate choice had been made. Instead of taking a seat at the home soil opener, the former leader was spotted settling into the stands for the American kickoff. It was a surprising move that instantly got people talking, setting off a wave of public curiosity about what could possibly be important enough to pull him away from supporting his own country's team on such a momentous day. A former prime minister attending a soccer match is rarely front-page news on its own. But the World Cup operates on an entirely different scale of global visibility, where every seat in the VIP box is heavily scrutinized. For Canadian fans, the team's opening match in Toronto was a historic homecoming, a moment of collective national pride, years in the making. In the arena of international sports, a country's former leader is often expected to serve as an unofficial ambassador, representing the home crowd on the world stage. So when the opening whistle blew and one of Canada's most recognizable public figures was spotted thousands of miles away in Southern California, it struck a sensitive chord. The reaction from observers was less about formal political policy and far more about the powerful symbolism of the moment. Fans and media commentators did a collective double-take, questioning the message it sent to choose an American game over a historic Canadian kickoff. It framed a personal decision within the lens of national expectation, turning a simple sports outing into a viral cultural conversation that resonated across both sides of the border. The direct explanation for this cross-border trip centers on the massive pre-game show inside SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. On that afternoon, June 12th, 2026, Katy Perry headlined the United States portion of the FIFA World Cup opening ceremony. Performing in front of 70,000 fans, she delivered a high-energy rendition of her 2024 single Wonder, alongside 10-year-old Norwegian singer Tias. The performance served as the final act of the ceremony, wrapping up just minutes before the United States kicked off their match against Paraguay at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. But back in Toronto, Canada's opener against Bosnia-Herzegovina had started at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which was noon in California. Because a flight between the two host cities takes a minimum of 5 hours, the timing created an absolute logistical wall. A spectator simply could not watch the final whistle in Toronto and make it to the stadium in Inglewood in time for the opening ceremony. To see the kickoff in Los Angeles, let alone the pre-match show, anyone traveling from Canada had to leave before the home team even took the field. This rigid schedule meant a choice had to be made. Trudeau chose to be in the stands at SoFi Stadium, placing himself directly at the center of the pre-game action. The decision was entirely driven by the clock, aligning with the final notes of the opening ceremony and the start of the American match. Instead of staying quiet as the online chatter grew, the former prime minister addressed the situation directly. Taking to X, he offered a lighthearted defense that instantly went viral. He wrote, "Sometimes supportive boyfriend duties call, but you know who I'm rooting for to take the cup." He finished the post with a Canadian flag. It was a remarkably candid response. With that single post, he did not try to make excuses or blame a busy schedule. Instead, he shrugged off the criticism and reframed his choice as a simple, relatable act of romantic support. The public reaction was immediate and sharply split. Across social platforms, hashtags like #boyfriendduties and #Trudeau Perry began trending. For many Canadian sports fans, the post did not sit well. National media outlets, including CBC, noted the backlash from fans who felt a former prime minister should have represented his country at such a historic home soil opener. To some, skipping the game felt like a missed opportunity to show national pride. But pop culture audiences saw it in an entirely different light. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram, fans celebrated the gesture, calling it a sweet and refreshing display of devotion. By meeting the public scrutiny with a playful shrug, the former leader managed to steer the narrative. He turned a potential political controversy into a viral pop culture debate, making sure the main talking point was not about national loyalty, but rather the seriousness of his high-profile relationship. The public relationship began in Montreal in July 2025. Observers first noticed a connection when the two were photographed, sharing a dinner at La Vie Alone while Perry's tour stopped in the city, alongside reports of them walking a dog in a local park. The 41-year-old pop star and the 54-year-old former prime minister immediately became the subject of intense speculation, as photos of their meeting quickly circulated online. What began as summer rumors soon solidified into a documented partnership. By October 2025, an exclusive report in People magazine confirmed that the pair were officially dating, noting that they had already celebrated her birthday together in Paris. This progression from a quiet dinner in Quebec to a confirmed relationship status established them as a recognized couple, making their joint appearances a regular fixture of public life. On June 9, 2026, the couple stepped out for a high-profile appearance at the Tribeca Film Festival. Hand in hand, they walked the red carpet for the premiere of the concert film, Katy Perry, The Lifetime's Tour, Live from Paris. Dressed in classic black and white looks, their joint appearance quickly became the talk of the festival, showing a comfortable public partnership. This official debut paved the way for more sightings, including their time together in Los Angeles after Perry's World Cup performance. Cameras captured the pair sharing a relaxed moment in the stands, cheering together during a tournament match. People close to the couple report that the relationship has grown increasingly serious. According to entertainment sources, Perry is said to be completely smitten, with insiders noting that the couple has successfully integrated their lives and families over the past year. Far from a brief celebrity pairing, these highly visible outings paint a picture of a committed relationship designed to withstand the public eye. Today, this partnership is far more than a passing headline. As the line between statesmanship and pop stardom continues to blur, they are rewriting the rules of public life under the brightest lights. What do you think of this modern couple? Share your thoughts in the comments.